Oi, oi. Flatearthbritish Martinliedtke speaking. Flat thumbs, double flat thumbs to infinity, Googleplex thrice. So tonight we're going to have an Egyptian flavour. As you can see, I am live in Memphis. Yes, that's right. Flatearthbritish is live in Memphis. Not Memphis, Egypt, but the original Egypt. Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah? I think Chuck Berry was telling us long distance information calling. Memphis, Tennessee. What about Tennessee? Was it a Tennessee because there was a C there? Or was it a tenancy? Curious. So, there is overwhelming proof or evidence out there that and endless narratives like Adam and Eve narrative or Greenland theory or some of Ignatius's theories or Charles Fort's theories and literature on the old world actually being in America. So that would include all of the Bible stories, Pharaohs, Phoenicians, and all of it. So from what I can make out of the story so far, what I will present now is a fuck ton of evidence to support this idea. Okay, that Egypt and the old world's in America. Now, prior to Noah's flood, the pre-Diluvian society that is possibly, from what I will show you now, possibly the Tartarian ideals. And now this is how this place was. Now it would seem that the Phoenicians, wherever they arrived from elsewhere, I think their place may have been destroyed. And I think they tried to rebuild it in the same style, and so they would recognize because they were homesick and replicate everything like York, New York, or Wales, New South Wales. Everything had to be done twice. Now, is it possible that history is so off that they've reversed it and the old world, which they call the new world, is in fact America? I definitely think so. I think the run of events is that the classical world, Rome or Phoenicia or Egypt in this case, because we're going to have a very Egyptian feel in this. I want you all to do an Egyptian dance because I'm in Memphis. Okay. Over the years, there's been narratives out there, although Smithsonian Institute, who basically tell you that there's dinosaurs and they may have one locked in their cellar somewhere and it's probably the only one in existence. But apart from that, the Smithsonian have said that this is something to do with disinformation, that there has been Egypt remains and remains of an ancient civilization, okay, in the Grand Canyon, which we have proposed many times on Flat Earth British, is we think is the remnants of a very, very big plasma discharge event. So yeah, there's underground Egyptian cities, you've got temples, and these mummies here that are found in the Grand Canyon, apparently, okay? Now, I can't be there to verify this, or this vaulting system that they say is in a cave in the Grand Canyon, and it's a fair bit of evidence, although Smithsonian in the wiki links will disprove that. Now, I'll get back to that in a minute. Now, this book is fantastic, American Antiquities, 1834, by Josiah Priest. Now, I've looked at it before and I've read through it a couple of times. It's a big, big read, and what it is an overwhelming case for what I want to propose. That the New World, okay, is in fact the Old World. Columbus is nothing more than a psyop, and the Phoenicians and other people we might recognize were there first. So yeah, this is just in the introduction. There's so many clues, but I'll give you an idea of what this book is about. So, as it respects some of the ancient nations who may have found their way hither, we see that strong probability that not only the Asiatic nations, very soon after the flood, so after the flood, but that also along the different eras of time, different races of men. So that includes Polynesians, Malays, Australasians, Phoenicians, Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Israelites, Tartars, Scandinavians, Danes, Norwegians, and the Welsh and the Scots have colonized different parts of the continent. Now, so they're telling us that just after Noah's flood, okay, the Polynesians, the Phoenicians, the Egyptians were occupying North America. Okay, we've also attempted to show you that America was peopled before the flood, that it is the country of Noah and the place where the ark was erected. An highly interesting subject of American antiquities. We are inclined to believe is just commencing to be developed, and the immensity of the country yet beyond the settlements of man towards the Pacific is yet to be explored or cultivated, when other evidences are wider spread will come to view, avoiding perhaps some definite conclusion. So yeah, this is just like, because the rest is probably underwater out west at this period of 1834. I think there was a devastating event around 1811 in the New Missouri event. Stop there. So the reason they think that Egypt, you know, in some narratives is in this region of America is because it's on two famous rivers, the Mississippi and the Missouri, instead of the Tigris and Euphrates, which are renamed after rivers that are actually situated in the Hyperborean originally. So, like I said, there's many evidence to this this civilization is supposed to be loitering around. Now, I seen a video maybe 5 years ago where there was a guy and he was abseiling up the face in this giant gorge, which I don't think for a second the Colorado River has managed to, you know, etch out this deep, deep canyon. Okay, you know, even with their geological record, it just seems farcical. And if that was the case, why isn't that the case to say the River Thames or other rivers have gouged away giant valleys, etc.? Pharaohs, thank you. Melage, I could see you. So yeah, Smithsonian Institute claimed that there was disinformation. So, you know, as soon as the Smithsonian say different disinformation, in my brain, I say, oh, it's true. Yes. But what about this? So let's just imagine America again as, or this region of the Grand Canyon being completely wiped out by an apocalypse. Now, why is it that the Americans, when they discovered these places, why did they name it all after Egyptian places or places to do with the Phoenician world? This place is Cheops Pyramid, right? Also in the Grand Canyon, they have the Buddhist temple, which is basically looks like it's got a wall underneath and it looks like it's a melted temple. Yeah, I know. The Egyptian pharaoh Cheops, and then there's Khufu. But check this out. So, in the area or part of the Grand Canyon, this one here is called the Pyramid of Cheops. How do you know? It's not a pyramid. And look at all of that mud up the side of it. And it looks like something melted to me. Check out the rest of this topography. Not only that, what about this? There's the Buddhist temple. And not only the Buddhist temple, this stacks more. Check this out. It's literally a temple, and look at these. These are like walls, guys, and this sheer face, and you know their geological topography is just nonsense. Okay, guys, this is layer of what looks like old civilization, battered through plasma discharge, then ripped to absolute shreds and melted. Who even knew? So let's have a little think before I go on. So this was apparently in a cave found in the Grand Canyon. As I said, I smell a rat, says Mel. I can't verify this stuff, but I did see a video years ago with a guy in these caves, okay? And, you know, I seen him go, he was in the Grand Canyon and he went in through the entrance, so I can say that that's real, okay? So, Phoenician art. So I was thinking about Cleopatra, I was thinking about this culture that we look at in these divine Renaissance portraits, pictures, and pre-Raphaelites, which I'm a fan of. I'll show you this very plush classical world of baths and drapes, fine fabrics, and this is all in America. Yeah, so I think all of this is definitely in my brain in America. These pyramids. Now, think about like Las Vegas. Maybe it was there originally and it got wiped out in some events, because there's loads of remnants around that place in Nevada and Reno area I've looked at, guys. And the grid systems there for circuit board grid earth in that area. Further east, Damascus. What's going on here? Some of the stuff is missing. Plaques are missing. I don't know what that tower would be. Oh, it's just a retaining tower. Right, let's have a look at this. So this is the belfry. It's got landing platforms for balloons. Or in fact, you could call to prayer from them, but why would you need so many in different levels? You've got a ladder going up there and a load of stuff to keep pigeons off, maybe. This is a really nice picture. Why do they bar the windows, though? There's something more going on. No water in the font. It's not working, is it? And these ladies dressed in black. Black, because they're in mourning. Now, we looked at these the other day, but I found another photograph, and now it's really bugging me. Now, we've solved the mystery of the Arc de Triomphe being another Arc de Triomphe, which is down the other end of the Champs-Elysees, but they don't talk about that very much. But we looked on a last post, or the post before, wondering, are these people really big? Or is the Eiffel Tower that was with the Antiquitech still on it, look, yeah, is it really small? Because it looks relatively close here, and it doesn't look like it's really, really far away at all, does it? So it's a perspective thing. But then you get to the modern day, and the thing is a colossus, and the people are like tiny little ants underneath it. Huh? Okay. Well, maybe it's a little bit further away. This is the second one, the replacement one, or the one from another realm. And then you get this. Now, we've looked at this before, because creepily, there's a real lady's face in the fountain. We're wondering what's going on with that. Again, that's not very, very far away, that Statue of Liberty, is it? Eiffel Tower. And it's got the Antiquitech still at this period. Still looks a bit different here on this bit and this bit than other photographs. How big is it? There you are. So I am still in Memphis, Tennessee, but not for long. I'm going to change my settings, and I'm going to see where else that we are going to be today. I'm going to ooh, that's nice. We're going to a nice, colourful church today. So do you like that? So what do you think, guys? Do you think that's a persuasive argument for Egypt and the events of said Bible, as in Noah and the apocalypse, happening in America? Plenty of evidence, and that melted and all them buildings in the Grand Canyon. Pretty tempting, isn't it? Pretty good evidence. Nice, says Esley. Good to see my friend. Joy's in the house. We got 906 people watching overall, which is fantastic for a Wednesday night, by the way. Please, 900 of you, do us a solid. Share this out. Like it if you did. Come back on the weekend, because we got 2 legendary YouTubers. This is a seminal moment in Flat Earth, guys. Russian vids and Flat Earth British together. Can you imagine that?